Alright guys, this is the Commander. We'll be giving you a tutorial of how to use the Cam Studios recorder because it's actually very confusing on some parts. It actually helps out with some of the timing and a lot of this. Okay, so first we start, it's easy, hit record, and that's how you start. But there's a lot of options before you start on what to do and when you're recording too. Because when you're recording, you can shrink this, shrink it again, you can open it, and I'm going to push that a little later. You can also stop the video, but I'm not going to stop it because then I'll have to start up again. I'm not going to edit this. What button was this again? Okay. So under File, you pause, stop, and exit. And there's also down here there's a part. So if you set it, there's a setting to make it go away so you can't hit any of these because this is completely gone when you start recording. You can go down here just on your bar beside where your time is. There's a small white camera and a gray square, and you just right click that. You can exit out, so this will stop completely, and that's not what you want probably. You can stop recording, or you can pause recording, and you can start recording again from there. Okay, so I haven't tried many of these features out yet, so I don't know. I'm not really gonna hit that. I think it's a stopwatch. It says, but I don't think that's it. Okay, so under region, you hit fixed region, then you hit select. Well, that's what you do. You go to one corner of the screen and you drag it to the other to select the size of screen that you want that will be recording. And you can also pick it, but I wouldn't recommend this part because that's difficult to control more, and you probably want to drag the corners to pan it. You can also do a small window. I'm not sure what that is. The region is mobile, I think, and the full screen is just everything on screen. Now for your options, you have video, which are how it compresses, the quality of it, the keyframes. So set keyframes every 200 frames, frame rate, capture frames every 5 milliseconds, playback rate 200 frames a second. And then they have time lapses like this. You probably don't want to have the time lapse like that. Okay, so then you have under options, you have options. You can hide the cursor, so you can't see this. I'm actually moving it around right now. See, it's over here, it's down here. And highlight it. See, if you go into show, you can actually use your actual cursor, so the one that you use normally. See, it fits almost right over it. You can use a custom cursor, and they have a lot. Actually, it's not even them, it's every cursor that you have. So you can use a cursor from a file that you download. I'm going to set it to use my actual cursor. I'm just going to undo everything that I do pretty much. You're going to have to highlight your cursor, so there should be something, I don't know, I haven't used this much. And you can change it. I don't know where it was. The shape of it can be a sharp circle, an ellipse, a square, or a rectangle. And the color can also change. It's got many colors here. So, yeah. Okay, exit rid of that. Cancel. Okay, so have your audio options. You can use audio options for your microphone, speakers, or synchronization. So this is the microphone that you're using. This is the volume of the microphone. This is how it's recording, the recording format. And you can change that by 8-bit, 16-bit, mono, stereo, mono, and they all mean something. I have no clue what. And the compressed format, PCM, I wouldn't mess with this because it's pretty advanced. Then you can have an interleave. I'm not sure what that is. And you can use an MCI recording, but I don't really change much of this. Okay, so in audio options, we also have speakers. So you can, I'm not sure what this is. Pretty much it's the sound that's coming out, like the computer sounds, like the game sounds. And that's the only one I can pick. You can change back volume. That just changes your desktop mixer. You can have your recording line or line detected, and I don't know what that does. You can manually search it or auto search it. I'd probably auto search unless you know exactly what you're looking for. So after that we have the video and audio synchronization. So you can choose to not shift the audio or video streams, or my audio goes before my video, which is I hear my words before I see the mouth movements. Delay the recording of the video stream and shift by. Then you have your time shift by so much. It's probably easier if you just don't shift it. And you can not record audio, so right now I'm talking, but you can't tell that. I was talking, but you couldn't tell that. So recording from a microphone, and I can't do that because of that. So pretty much I choose record from a microphone. That's what I'm doing right now. Because your computer has a built-in microphone probably right beside where your webcam is. So then you have your auto pan and your auto pan speed. I don't know what these do, so I'll leave those alone. Then you can have it automatically stop recording, which would be after so many seconds, after a period of time, which this is all preset time. And so there's also minimize program when you start recording. So if I was to push this would all disappear and I'd have to start again. I'm not going to do that. And that's what I normally do. That's why you don't normally see this window here when I begin. So you can hide the flash rectangle during recording, which if you can see just outside of the recording zone, there's a green flashing like right angle right there, down here, and over here. And pretty much that's telling you what's being recorded on screen. And I would leave that on. It really helps sometimes. Save and exit. Well, I leave this on because what it does is it'll save what I'm doing automatically. You can choose where to save it, what to save it as, and then that way you don't have to do anything. And I don't know what this is because I've never touched it. So you can play the file, and I always do this, which is the system default, but you can use the Cam Studio 1.0 or 2.0, or you can just choose not to play it. The directory for recording: Windows temporary directory, use application installed directly, or user specific. So that's just choosing. Recording thread priority: normal, above normal, highest, and time critical. I leave mine at normal because it's not that high of a priority for me. You always want to make it choose your own name file, because that way you know exactly which one this is. You have keyboard. You can write out keyboard shortcuts for this, like over, and you can troubleshoot too. That's obvious. So over here, if you were to go stop and pause, every button up here has a core. On the keyboard, there's a button that controls this. Forgot the word. And you have flash options. I'm going to move this over so you can see it. You have your flash options, preview in the SWF file upon completion, delete the intermediate AVI file upon completion, display conversion option before generating SWF. I haven't really changed much of this. And then the language, English or German. I'm assuming this is probably German made too, or co-German made, whatever the word is. Co-made by it, anyway. And so for tools, this is where it gets complicated a bit. So under tools, there's screen annotations. Now I haven't messed with this much. So you have your layout and your shapes. You have libraries of shapes. You can create new shapes, open the shapes that you already have, save shapes, or add your library. And see, I don't actually keep. So then, let's see if I can find one. I'm gonna make a new. No, I don't really have any that I can do. But pretty much you can save the layout that you have. So that would be like you have something at the bottom of the screen or something like that. Nothing much. And then you have your library, which you can open, save, insert, or new. And then you have a new layout library, and then you can open a layout library or save the library. And I think that's just this part. You can close screen annotations. And for help, screen annotation help, which will actually show you shapes, shape topics, instantiating a shape, editing a shape, editing text, editing images, transparency, resizing, managing, creating new shapes, and then you have your layout. And that's the part that I really wasn't looking forward to because that was difficult. And video, and Cam Studios was unable to detect a webcam or video source. I don't have a webcam hooked up. The one on this computer isn't working properly. You'll see my face eventually, probably. Okay, and so you can have this, which converts AVI to Flash. You want to make sure this is working, because what it does is YouTube or whatever you're recording this for probably doesn't take an AVI file. They'll more likely be likely to take a Flash file or a Windows media file. So with effects, you have your annotations, which is add systems timestamp, Xnote timestamp, captions, or watermarks. Not sure what that does. Options. Now this is difficult. Your stamp, your format, I'm not going to mess with that because I have no clue what that means. You can change that. Stopwatch timestamp. Enable external control. Hold back, which is to delay. And so, show applied compensation with annotation. Format preview. And you can add captions or text. Just gonna not put that out there. And the watermarks, you set the image path, which is pretty much it. So you guys can figure out what this means on your own. Farther than that, that's all I know. So then, effects, options, there we go. In your view, you can have it to normal view, compact view, or buttons view, but that's the same as pushing this button. And so for help, you can use your help, the home page of Cam Studios, their blog, their frequently asked questions, and about them. And okay, so down here, what you have is your record button. It's red. Of course, you will never see that because it goes like gray when you start. You have your pause button, your stop button, which makes you stop recording completely, your button, your annotations button. That's so you don't have to go into here and go into annotate and go into tools. You can just click here, your SWF, and I'm not going to push that. It changes your recording type from AVI to SWF recording type, or whatever that is. So I'm going to push this and hope that I don't screw up this whole recording. I have to do this again. See, so I don't know. I don't know what that did. I don't think it did anything. Oh yes, it requires an Xnote stopwatch thing to work, so pretty much that is exactly how you use it. And when you minimize this, it goes down into your bar here with the normal Windows bar like you would have with Google Chrome or Net or whatever you use, and it's there, and you can just open that up, make me look like a fool. Okay, I'm going to pause this while I try to open this. Well, Cam Studios is making me look like a fool. It won't let me show you what I mean. I'm trying to get it to work, but look. See, there's the button there. I'm just making this bigger so you can see it. And it's up by the time and all that. And I would not recommend making it that big, though. And it's just barely out of the recording site. It's just a gray square. That's all that comes up when you click the button. So that's pretty much all you need to know about Cam Studios. More in detail stuff, you should probably go to the website. I'll leave a link to the download of Cam Studios in this video. Alright, like, subscribe if you enjoyed. If you probably didn't, it's probably more of a helpful video. Just like, favorite for this video, subscribe if you like to laugh, all that, and goodbye.